Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the semi-final number 1 between Scotty, Soldier, Kappa, and Tween. Here we go then. Still point limit 100. This is the crack lacking. This is going to decide 2 players who will go into the winner bracket final, and that means 1 step closer to the grand final stage. We have 1 warm-up here on Gusta by Clement. We have powerhouses Tween and Kappa from the same team battling it out together with Solja from Team Venture and Scotty from MNM Gaming. Warm up. 5 live rounds on each map. 100 point limit with finalist status. Who is gonna grab it? There we go. First warm-up completed. Tween drops a bomb already. 58.79. That is an incredible time so far. And the first live round is underway. Following Solja, who got second in his quarterfinals up against Dutchy. Good start by all of the players. We have Scotsman making the first mistake. Drops down about 1 second right now. And then we have Solja making a mistake right now. So we only have Kappa and Tween without any mistakes. Tween with an insane warm-up. We'll get a little bit of too much airtime there, so Kappa will close the gap. The 2 Sumpy drivers going at it in a 1v1 situation. There they go then. Tween still remaining in first place. Oh, Kappa avoiding the freewheel section. He will actually sneak up to first. But it is still Tween holding strong. It is all going to be depending on this ending. And the final jump will remain the same. It is going to be Tween with the 10 points. Kappa with 6 points. Solja with 4 points. And Scotty with 3 points. Going into round number 2. So let's see if Solja and Scotty can make up for this very first lap. There we go then. Good start for Scotty now. Doesn't find himself in the wall. Ooh, Tween with loads of momentum. Almost crashing in the wall, but all 4 players now in a battle. Entering sector number 2 here. Scotty goes a little bit tight to the left. Tween remains in first. What a line by Tween. Look at the gap that he is already creating for himself. Scotty with a mistake now. Let's move up to Solja, who finds himself in 3rd position right behind Kappa, who actually is a little bit slower on this stretch. Excuse me, Tween loses a tremendous amount of speed. Solja will take advantage of it and moves up to 2nd place. It is all going to be depending on this ending. Tween is still lurking in the shadows of Solja. And what a turn by Tween. Moves back up to 2nd. Kappa holds strong on that 1st place. And I don't think anything will change right now. It is a 1st place for Kappa. Tween gets 2nd place. Solja in 3rd. And Scotty in 4th. Here we go then. Points are going back and forth between Kappa and Tween. They have equal amount of points. Let's have a look then. Solja with a great start, but he approaches it way too tight. Loses a lot of speed. Scotty is now finding himself with another mistake, so that is 3 out of 3 rounds with a mistake. But the battle is right here. Kappa, Tween, and Solja. Tween goes a little bit wider. Gets an awkward transition. But Solja, on the other hand, gets a proper one. And it is Kappa going very tight. Will lose a lot of momentum. As you can see, both Solja and Tween are catching up. But what a great turn for Kappa. remains ahead. This ending, we have seen that Tween is a god at it, and Soulja is a little bit weaker on the other hand, but it's looking like Tween and Soulja are doing an equal ending. Tween goes a little bit wide, but it will remain the same as Kappa gets first. Tween in second, Soulja in third, but Soulja is really pushing it though. He is challenging Tween and Kappa for those points. Scotty, however, not having the best first map here. And right now, once again, finding himself clipping the very first turn already. And now it is a matter of these other players making mistakes or not. Soulja once again with a wider approach. He remains in first place right now though. Kappa in hot pursuit. Tween finding himself a little bit behind. But we did see Tween with great speed in the middle sector. Right here, he moves up to second position. But the transition here seems to be very wonky for the zombie players. Soulja, however, doing it equally as bad as we find Tween now face planting in the wall. Kappa is in first place. Soulja with a lot of speed. Onto the platform we go. We have a couple turns remaining. Is this going to be Soulja getting the 10 points? Oh, Kappa gets the upper gear right after the freewheel section. And Kappa now in first. Soulja in second. Tween is far behind. But can Soulja still get the finish? Yes, he can. Kappa driving good, consistent 59 lows. That seems to be what you want to aim for. And he moves up to 36 points. The gap between the other players is still rather close. As we are going into round number 5, which is the final round on this map by Clement. There we go. Tween getting a very good start here. But then again, the spectator's curse is strong. Has to let go of his acceleration quite a lot. Luckily, he didn't crash in the wall like Scotty has done 5 out of 5 rounds right now. He is not feeling it as of yet. Great transition for both Kappa and Soulja. Kappa seems to be struggling with this one, and he finds himself in the wall. This is the opportunity that Soulja is waiting for. This could be the 10 points for him, and moving one step closer to Tween, who is in second position right here. Soulja, all he needs to do is survive this ending phase. Tween is rapidly closing in, but I do think that Soulja will get the 10 points, and there you have it. 59.2 for Soulja, gets the 10 points. It does look like it was going to be an easy sweep for Kappa and Tween, but it is looking like Soulja has a word in this battle as well. Going to the next map, we will be playing Getaway by Buzzy. Kappa sitting in first place, 39 points. Tween in second with 32 points. Soulja 28 points, excuse me, and Scotty with 16 points. So Scotty might be feeling the nerves here. He has made loads of mistakes. Hopefully he is able to recover on this map. As we are following Tween in the warm-up, making a huge mistake. Quickly move on to Soulja. We are playing till 100 points with finalist mode, so Kappa is almost halfway already. If he performs very well on this one, he might be able to close the match out on the next map. So far, I am really impressed with Mr. Soulja Boy here. He might be playing on the Soulja Boy console. Who knows? We are going into live round number 1. Following Scotty. Can he do a clean round? Let's have a look. He really wants those 10 points because he is already far behind. Great start for Soldier Boy. But here comes Tween with a lot more speed. Same with Kappa. So even though Scotty has not made a mistake yet, his lines are definitely not optimal if you compare them with Tween, Soldier and Kappa. Still, no major issues here. Scotty goes a little bit wide, has to adjust his lines to the point where he only will lose more momentum. Oh, Kappa gets an unfortunate Rammstein there. Loses a little bit of speed with that bump. Let's have a look at Soldier, who is trying to close in on Tween. We are approaching the ending of the map. Tween is losing a little bit of momentum. Soldier hits the pillar! It was almost like he didn't remember there was a pillar at all. But it is Tween now finishing in first place. Kappa getting second. Scotty in third. And Soldier will finish last. And that means that the gap between Tween and Soldier just extended from 4 points to 11. That is a big gap that is being created after one round already. Let's have a look here. Good starts for Kappa and Tween. Scotty and Soldier are a little bit behind. Oh, but look at this, the chicane by Scotty. Loads of speed, but the battle is really up front here. Tween challenging his teammate Kappa. We are closing in on the ending. We have about 20 seconds remaining on this track. Kappa holding strong to a 800th of a second lead, but Tween with a great downhill section. Can Tween move up to second place? He is attacking, and we are getting closer and closer to the finish line. It's all going to depend in this last turn. I think Kappa has the upper hand here, has a little bit more speed, but the finish is going to decide it, and what a round. Kappa versus Tween there, only 400ths of a second between them. What a race. And they get 10 points and 6 points added to their score already. Let's go with Scotty Boy right here. Oh! A mistake by Kappa, misjudging the downhill section. Finding himself 1/10 behind because of this sloppy mistake. Oh, and we have Scotty now clipping the wall barely. He is having loads of troubles in this matchup. Same with Soldier now. Colliding with a wall, losing all of his speed. And Kappa took advantage of that. Moves up to second position, but then he crashes himself with a ping pong maneuver into the wall. And Soldier now back to second place. So Tween on route for an easy 10-pointer here. He has a 0.5 advantage. And we're closing in on the ending sector of this track. There we go. The placings remain the same. And it is Tween who clocks in a very good time. A 103.15 by Tween. I salute. Round number 4 out of 5. The gap between Soldier and Tween is only getting bigger and bigger. It started with 4 points difference. Now it is a whopping 17 already. And Tween is not looking to stop here. Once again in first place. Kappa in second, finds himself very close to the wall, but avoiding it. We have Scotty now in second. Scotty is actually pushing it. But Soldier with a bad chicane finds himself in the wall. And Scotty challenging Tween for those 10 points. Those juicy 10 points. There we go. This Scotty trying his best. But not getting a great line here. It is Kappa who sneaks next to him. He says, hello? Is it me you're looking for? No. But it is Scotty remaining with the speed and momentum. But this ending is going to decide it. And it is himself jumping against the finish block. And Kappa sneaks by. Steals the second position. Collects his 6 points. And he says thank you to Scotty. There we go then. Tween is the new leader in this race. He takes over the position from Kappa. Oh, what a nasty jump for Kappa. Kappa now not getting any points for this mistake. He has to retire. And that's an easy 10 points for Tween if he keeps going at it like this. Soldier is definitely creeping up closer. This could be a great opportunity for Soldier to get the margin closed in here between himself and Kappa. But he needs to get that first place. Scotty is trying his best. Doesn't get the greatest downhill section. And it is Tween now slowing down quite a lot. Soldier is pushing it, but what a great speed on the grass part for Tween. Soldier not getting a great line here at all. Scotty might overtake him here. Oh, and he does. Snipe the second place. However, Tween gets the 10-pointer. And with Kappa not finishing, the gap is getting bigger and bigger. Here we go then. Map number 3. Escapism by Tisla. One warm-up. Point limit. Tween with 78. Kappa with 65 after not being able to finish that previous round. Soldier with 48. And Scotty with 36. What is that pronunciation? Dude. Escapism. Escapism. What do you mean? Koisla. Mr. Koisla, dude. Mr. Coleslaw. GLHF. Here we go. This could be the map where we will see the winner already. Tween with 78 points. He needs to win 4 rounds in a row. And then he claims victory in this semi-final. Let's have a look then. In this round numero uno. Good starts by everyone. Oh, the first mistake. Soldier finds himself clipping the wall. Scotty will take over that third place. But we have a very tight battle between the two Sumpy teammates, Kappa and Tween. Oh, and Kappa now finding himself against the wall. Can Soldier take advantage of this as well? No, he cannot. But it is Scotty now who moves up to second place. And this could be 1 out of 4 rounds that Tween needs to claim a victory in this semi-final. There he goes. Gets the 10 points. 59-71. Moves up to 88 points. There we go. Scotty, once again, not having a great start here at all. He always finds himself about 0.1, 0.2 behind already after a couple slides. And that is hard to work with if you're playing against players like Tween, Kappa, and Soulja. Kappa now making another blunder. He seems to not be feeling it on this one, but he comes back strongly on this part as Soulja making a mistake. Same with Scotty, not getting the best trajectories. But this could be Tween on his way to claim 2 out of 4 rounds needed to be victorious in this semi-final and move on to the winner bracket final. Kappa trying his best to catch up, but he is unable to do so with just 1 jump remaining. It is Tween again getting 10 points and drives another 0.7 time. 59.71 in round 1. Now he does a 77. Consistent Marek. Here we go. Round number 3. Tween just needs to finish here. He needs to cross the finish line in order to get the finalist status on his name. So who is gonna snag these 10 points? Is it gonna be Kappa, Soulja? We do have Tween really slowing down the pace right now. Finds himself in 3rd place, also making a slight uphill mistake. Oh, Soulja exits a bit too wide. Tween will take advantage of it. Comes rather close. Kappa, however, is looking to snag these 10 points away from the others. Tween with a good end will stay ahead of Soulja, so he denies Soulja some points, but that is still a good time by Tween. A 0.89 with a wonky start. That is impressive. And here we go, guys. Tween with the finalist mode. Will he claim victory in his first attempt? We will find out in the next minute. Or will he get denied by the other 3 guys in this match? We do have Kappa and Soulja now ahead of Tween. But that is a good trajectory for Tween. Only Kappa remains ahead of him. Soulja with a great line here. Needs to avoid the auto slide, but he saves it a little bit too much. Will lose a lot of speed. Oh, Marek, he got like a small bump on the blue section. Did not lose a lot of momentum because of it. But it is still Kappa denying his teammate the victory. We are getting closer to the ending phase of this map. Tween with a really close line here on the platform. Kappa now getting onto the last straight. Tween goes for an attack on the inside. He will have more speed, but he clips the corner. And it is even Soulja Boy overtaking Tween in the end. For the 6 points, the 3,000 difference. Tween gets denied by 2 players right at the finish line. Here we go then. Second attempt for Tween. Or will we see the double finalist mode coming in? Oh, it is Tween making a very bad blunder in the very first turn here. Scotty as well crashing. So it is going to be a very, very large gap and a great opportunity for Soulja or Kappa to get 10 points here. Kappa just needs to get top 2 in order to get that finalist mode enabled. So therefore Soulja really wants these 10 points, but he seems to be struggling with this uphill turn. He doesn't get it smooth. And it's looking like Kappa will get that 10-pointer. And an easy finalist status moving in to the next map. Well, good attempt by Soulja. He did close the gap quite a bit, but it was not enough to take first place here. So now we have 2 finalists in the names of Tween and Kappa. Was probably predicted, but Soulja is not far off at all. And maybe his favorite map is coming up next. We have Natanus by Zerd. One warm-up once again for these players. And then we go live with potentially the final 2 rounds in this semi-final. We have this wallbang, which can be quite decisive with the exit speed that you get from it. But we'll see how these players will handle that. This ending is definitely a tricky one. You want to get enough speed out of this hairpin. Tween definitely did get the slow end of the straw. The short end of the straw there. Got no speed whatsoever. But here we go then. Kappa and Tween, both finalists. Will they end this semi-final in these very first 2 laps? Or will Solja or Scotty deny them the victory? Let's have a look here at Kappa, who was the freshest out of the oven finalist. He got it last round. Maybe he can end it in his very first attempt himself. He does get a proper start, but here comes the wallbang. Tween gets it really good, but Kappa with way more speed. Solja is far behind, so it's all up to Scotty. It's all up to Scotty to deny the finalists here. Can he do it? Can he handle the pressure? He doesn't get a lot of speed here, but the platform jump can sometimes be very decisive. Kappa hits the wall, and it is only Tween who is ahead of Scotsman here. We are creeping up closer to the ending. It is going to be all decided in this ending phase of the map. Scotty is closing in on Tween. The hairpin is going to decide quite a bit here. We have Scotty going for an attack. Tween going wide. Scotty moves out to first place. It is all going to depend on his blue turn. Scotty with more speed. Scotty will take it. No, he tried his best, but he jumps too far to the left. And that was a valuable attempt for Scotty. But unfortunately, the angle was quite rough there. And it is Tween who will go into the winner bracket final. Up next, Kappa with finalist mode. Will Kappa be able to close it out here? He made a massive mistake previous round. He does not get the greatest wallbang if we compare it to Scotty. So Scotsman is now 0.3 ahead of Kappa and Solja. But we did see the mistake happen for Scotty previous round. He needs to secure it here. Kappa is closing in on Scotty though. So this is definitely not over and out. Scotty must feel the pressure. The gap went from a 0.3 to a 0.19. It is 0.17 of a second right now. Scotty goes wide. Kappa with more speed. Kappa gets a great hairpin. Scotty goes now very tight. Kappa with more speed in the ending. What the hell? Scotty still denies the victory here with only 24 hundredths of a second. That is what I call a close finish line. And it is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Solja and Scotty are still pushing it to the limit. But can they keep it up for another couple of rounds here? Because Kappa is not driving bad himself at all. And the other players are most likely more prone to making mistakes compared to Kappa. Oh, there we go. Talking about mistakes, we now have Scotty making a whopper of a crash. It is all up to Solja Boy right now. Finds himself in first place. This is very tight. Kappa goes for the speed here. Soulja gets a terrible transition. And he will not even have enough speed for this jump. This might be over and out right here. Is Kappa gonna make a mistake? That is the question. He has a 0.3 of a second advantage. Soulja is not really creeping up closer, but the ending can still decide a lot. The hairpin is coming up. But Kappa gets it really well. Doesn't make a mistake here. And that's it. GG, well played. The Sumpy boys make it together to the winner bracket finals. Queen in first. Kappa in second. Definitely Tween showing what he's capable of. Kappa a little bit shaky here, but they both make it through. Soulja and Scotty will now drop down to the lower